Alright. I uploaded Fortnite in what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Something like that. But I've had friends before ask me in the past how to survive the early game, how to survive the mid game, how to get into the late game, how to get higher placements, because you get more XP for playing placements than you do for actually killing people. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go Junk Junction. So where I land a lot in arena, or if I really just want to win, because it's slow place, I can get a lot of materials there. This is not an arena game, this is a regular pub game. I am wearing my Twitch Prime outfit, because it's not very obvious in this portion of the map. All the green, because I am wearing camouflage. Now if you're thinking, Miro, that doesn't matter. Less bright skins are harder to see. If you compare this to Bright Bomber at 200 meters, Bright Bomber is easier to see. Because Bright Bomber is obviously, you know, bright. Or you can compare it to... what's another one? The Scuba Tank skins. Also kind of more obvious in this skin. It's not super bright. Oh, there's floor loot. Well, I got that chest, but there was not. But early game, you really just want to make sure you have a lot of mats and a decent loadout. That is AR shotgun for me, and then some form of utility, like impulses, great example. Because recently I have not been enjoying the SMGs. If I run a drum gun, I'm not really using it, because the shotguns are just so easy to spray. There, back there. My utility, because I do play on controller, is always in my third slot. I think another big spot, get to 200 HP. Somebody else here. And he had a shotgun. If he would have got close range, yeah, he would have murdered me if I had a doubt in my mind. Blue tack's not bad at all. Love the blue tack shotgun. The impulses are really just going to be used to get us probably closer to zone. There is vehicles that spawn right there. That's a pretty good thing to know. So I can rotate. I'm not really worried about zone when I land here. And I can get a lot of metal and wood. Put that there, so I don't have to reload it and get 10 more bullets. Get that, because I want more ammo. Now, I'd prefer a combat shotty, to be honest. Just because of the range on it. Let's drop that. Put that there. But I'll take what I can get. Heal's pretty good too. I'll take a slurp. So I've got a pretty good loadout to survive. Now, if I don't get a kill, it really doesn't matter because I'm playing for XP, which means I'm playing for placement. Because I don't have a lot of AR ammo, I'm going to take the tac rifle. Slide ammo is easier to find most of the time, and I'll have more of it. I do have these buildings up here I can loot too from mats. Now the downside of landing here, that's just not a lot of brick. And you're like, you know, you said you get a lot of metal, and you haven't got a lot of metal. And that is entirely... put that there. You know what I'm gonna do, just because I am kind of limited on range, is take the drum gun and drink the slurp. The slurp will help me in case I take any damage in the next couple of seconds, or 25 seconds, which I don't think I will, but just in case, it's pretty nice. Find this wood. Find that. Take more AR ammo, because I do have a drum gun. Now I'm actually, by having a drum gun, I'm rewarded for taking this over the AR earlier, because this takes light ammo. The drum gun, which I'll probably end up spraying with, takes medium ammo. Which means I'll be burning from my medium ammo relatively quickly, and I don't really want to do that. Find some metal. You get most of your metal off the fences here, and because I spent a little bit more time looting than mining mats, I don't know how much I'll get. But normally I can get about 300 metal, about equal to my wood. You can obviously mine some rocks to get more brick. But typically I would say wood and metal's more important than brick. Because wood you can burn through your early game, and metal is pretty much what you're using in the late game. Brick's your mid game build. And honestly, wood's good enough in the mid game, and so is metal. But you don't necessarily need a whole lot of brick if you're playing slow. Okay, this has been looted. There might be some wood pallets in the corner, which there is. Might take a little bit of storm damage or going for this. I'm not going to go for the one up top just because it is kind of a little far. Mind that. It's not bad. Chest here. Drop the impulses for more minis, because impulses aren't that useful, typically. Impulses are fun. They are to, like, knock people away, or to do some rotations. But typically, I'd prefer heal. I don't know about you. Take the hoverboard. And I just wrecked the hoverboard. That's great. No, how I managed to do that. But I don't gotta go too far to zone. It's just a loot lake. Loot lake is not that far from me. Even if I had to walk it, I'd take storm damage, but it won't be a whole lot. It'd be about... Actually, no, it'd be about 50, so that is a lot. But I have about 1,000 mats in total right now. I'm doing relatively decent on my mat count. Look for some rifts up here. I want that trap. Pick it up. I'll take some shotgun ammo. Now, even if there's no rift here, the Durburger is still a good thing for metal. That's 84 metal. For not that many hits. Now that I'm in zone, I don't need that anymore. I can get off it. Continue my material grind. We want to stay in the top portion of the map. Baller. Okay, he's doing that. Don't normally want to take Fire Trot off like that. But since he was so close to me, figured it'd be worth it. And I got a lot of mats off him too, which is nice. I took his baller. It's still pretty nice. Ballers are annoying. Now I have max wood, which is really nice. And there's more wood up there if I want to play more slow. Now, I know I made a video in the past saying that the attack shotgun is better than the combat, but recently I won a game from Junk, it was actually yesterday, where the combat shotty won me a mid-range gunfight where the attack wouldn't have. We want to stay in this region because there's less rotations. Might be some people out of Pleasant, like where I rotated out of, but because that player is the only other player I've seen here, there probably won't be that many. This car for the metal, not a whole lot, sure. But we want to stay around the upper portion of the map. Don't really have a reason to go down here. This is the hot zone. Tilt is also a hot zone because part of it's moved out. And it is tilted and people tend to stay around tilted towers for the entire game. I would like some mobility though instead of the drum gun or the med kit. Can't really mine any mats over in here. I can mine some metal and brick over here. Take that back. Just a little bit. Ain't got a whole lot of time to stay here. Heard a shot behind me. Not worried about it because it wasn't at me or in my general facility. That is. Not too worried about it. But that got me some materials, which was worth it. I broke his shield. Normally, screw it. I'd say normally I'd push him. Since he's so weak, I don't know where he went. That chest is not worth it. Most likely. Use this to rotate. Here's my kill from earlier. That up. He's one a little far back. Not too particularly worried about it. I'm in zone. I can find some more mats that I use. Replenish. Now I do want that guy's loot. But I think there's one in that box. Yep. He's weak. Just 3 out of our way. Hit him some, we're getting Fred partied. This is really unfortunate. Start building a brick. Take high ground. Get out the side. Want to end this fight as quick as possible. He's almost out of mats. He's on his metal. Is it 2 players? That. Use some minis. Took way too long of a fight. Where's his combat? Be aware of behind me. Do I have a launch pad? Nope. Change back to wood. I do have the med kit, so if I can get in the zone relatively safe, we'll be fine. Honestly, if I crouch behind this tree, I think I'm safe to use the med kit. And this will let me watch behind him. The guy who I was fighting, the stalker skin, was weak. So he'll probably die to stone, or storm, not stone, soon. Find some materials, used a lot in that fight, didn't plan to. We got Fred partied, did pick up 1 kill, didn't get his combat shoddy. That sucked, but did pick up 1 kill. Player up here. Whoa! That hurt. This is probably where I die, guys. To be honest. Not relatively confident fighting him. I can get back to 150 or 50. I'm gonna have to kill him. He had no minis. Shit. I don't think he had a campfire either. So I'm probably dead. Yep, no campfire. If I win this game, it is a fluke. Start building a brick, I guess. Any bandages in that hut? Anyway, top 10, still not that bad. There's that guy camping up there. These guys fighting. Might be able to pick a kill off or two. God. Okay, he left. I saw some minis. The bandages are still good too. Pick up that. 2 minis, that's great. Upgrade our shotgun. Bring some minis. This is a luck find. I hope those redeploy so I can rotate. Actually, I got launch pad. He's boxing up. I don't blame him necessarily. If I was in his position, I'd do the same thing. I'll at least be at 100 HP before I get in a fight. I don't think there's anyone in this. Go to brick. But there's loot in that. Ah, shit. I was gonna melee the trap. I fucked up. I wanted that med kit. Well, anyway, pretty much, if you learn anything from this, is 1, make sure you knock out the wall before you go after a med kit that has a trap on it. 2, if you want to play for wins, or play slow to get higher placements, land somewhere slow like junk. The final zone is going to be somewhere else faulty, so you might have to run far. But I had mobility. I didn't get caught in storm once. And I still had 5 kills, which is not that bad. Did lose 1. And I got lucky. Anyway, finding those minis was the MVP of the game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. And hopefully this helps you get better games in Fortnite in the future. And hope you enjoyed. I'll see you either tomorrow or if I stream tonight.